Yeah, it's Johnny Active. Hey, yeah, it's Johnny Active. Hey, yeah, it's Johnny Active. Hey, yeah, it's Johnny Active.
New ways to take care of your bodies and new ways to eat. And the things that you guys are learning, they're not only for you to hoard to yourself, but they're for you to help someone else out, right? If Jeanette and Martin never had reached out to us, we wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? I would have never came out of my shell. I would have never been right here. You know what I mean? I would have been the person that's still in the background, that was afraid to share. You know what I mean? But it's because of their love, because of their care that we're here today. And that's what you guys need to do, not only for one another, but people who who haven't even stepped foot in it. You need to share the love, the excitement, the teamwork that
and
you guys.
be a distribution center. Like they were to us, they wanted us to get everything they had. Then we get connected and go to the next level with Joe and Elsie, and they wanted us to get everything that we couldn't even see for ourselves. And so whoever invited you out or your health coach, they're being a distribution center. It's like we always start off coming, it's about us, but then it needs to end up being about other people, because just like the video was saying, it's like you get something, whether it's physical, material things, or it's knowledge or some kind of wisdom, you get it so that you can also be a blessing to someone else. So the blessing starts out for you, but it always will grow and multiply if you start giving it out. But if you just keep holding it for yourself, it's only stays small enough just for you. And with the video, one thing I just wanted to point out was how when you realize that when you don't take it as you're being used by somebody, but you're being a distribution center, then you're not easily offended and you're not mad and you don't have that chip on your shoulder like everyone just uses me or whatever. Be thankful that you have something that you can give out. And I had to learn this, like this whole message is for us, but I've had to learn this over the last couple of years, is that some people only contact me when they need a specific thing. And that's the only time I ever hear from them. They never ask, do I want to go hang out? Do I want to go to dinner? Do I want to go do anything? I only hear from them when they need this specific area, need help in this area. But for me, it doesn't cost me anything. I can give it, like it always works out in their favor, and it never costed me anything, just of my time and my effort or whatever it is. And when I start realizing I don't have to be offended, you realize, and I think I've said this before, is that sometimes you're their friend, they're not your friend. So it is a one way, but that's okay, because we always need stuff too from people where we can't give them back. Like it's always hard for me to give back to Elsie when all the help she gives me, because she doesn't need my help in that area. I need her help. So just, being able to clarify that sometimes you're their friend and they're not yours back, that it's okay. Like you're helping, you're giving out. And when you're sowing a seed into that person, there's always somewhere else where you're going to need from someone that you can't always give anything back to them.
So the purpose of us doing the activity and what we're going to be talking about tonight is connecting. So we're going to be talking about why connecting is important, and then how do we connect, and then at the end we're going to give you guys a task to do throughout the week. So one thing before we get into the messages, one thing that I know about Jeanette, just from knowing her for like the past 2 years, is that whenever someone comes up and says, hey, we need someone to paint the walls, or we need someone to fix a tire or whatever, she says, I know someone. I know someone. You know what I mean? And she always knows someone who does those odd things or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And it's because she's connecting with people, you know what I mean? And connecting with people is important. And if you guys notice that when we did these little activities, not everyone was a father, not everyone was a mother, but there was certain specific things that you guys were able to connect with each other with, right? And sometimes you might only be able to find one thing that you could connect with people about. And I know when we did our group, one of the things that I try to connect with people is laughter, right? For some of you guys who know me, who have been in your guys' chats, you guys know that I like to make memes all the time, right? You know what I mean? What I'll do is I'll walk around either in the clubhouse or whether we're at a restaurant or whatever, and when you're not looking, I'll take a picture of you, or I'll be on Instagram and I'll just see some random picture and just think about, okay, well, what was that guy thinking about? And then I'll just screenshot it and save it in my little library, right? And then when there's a conversation going on in a chat,
It'll haunt you. That's what it
yeah, when there's a conversation going on in a chat, you know, and someone's talking about something, I just hurry up and make a meme real quick and I'll throw it in the chat and then people start laughing and this and that, blah, blah. But to me, that's my way of connecting with people, right? And another way that we connect with people in our group is they want results and I want results, right? And sometimes there's only a couple things that I can connect with people. I can't connect with women a lot because, you know, they have their things and I have my things. Right? But there is a way for us to connect. And so let's talk about why connecting is important. So the first reason why connecting is important. The first reason why connecting is important is because you become more effective in everything you do, right? So I'm going to ask this question. I heard this story. Can anyone name one person that ever lived on this world that was a success by themselves? Anyone?
I don't know that.
Anyone? Oh, you don't know that person?
I don't know that.
Anyone?
That's the one guy.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Who else? Anyone? Any other answers? Okay, so the answer is no one. Okay, even God needed Mary to help him out, right? Or he chose Mary to help him out, right? So he wanted help. He needed help, or he had help, right? So no one has ever done anything successful in their life without helping, or without the help of someone else. So this question was asked to, I think it was like 900 people who was in a leadership conference, right? And one guy raised his hand, and I can't remember the example that he had given, but he had said, well, so-and-so sailed the ocean, and he went from this place to this place, and he went all by himself. And then everyone was clapping like he had stumped the guy the speaker, right? He says, yeah, he was on the ship by himself, but who built the ship? And who financed the trip?
Yep.
Right? So everyone needs someone. So it's up to us to continue to connect with people because we can become more effective when we connect with one another. You guys receive that?
Yes.
And along that line, when it says you become more effective, because you know when you get connected or hooked up with somebody on that specific thing you were just trying to do by yourself, but you had no knowledge, you didn't know nobody, and that person connects you with someone who knows exactly what to do, you're like over the roof happy. You're like, oh my God, like this is what I've been looking for, this kind of connection, especially when it's a connection with people. Because you might need something and you don't know anybody who knows anything about that. And then Jeanette tells you she knows someone, and if she's recommending them, they're gonna come through because she gonna make sure. So, you know what I'm saying? Like connecting with people is important, but you connecting with people and connecting other people to other people is important. It's like you hit the jackpot whenever you're like, I need my brakes fixed, and someone's like, oh, my brother does, they do, I'll charge $50. You'd be like, ah! Like all happy because you just got connected, you got hooked up.
So another reason why connecting is important, because it's a critical success factor. All right, go ahead.
Critical success factors, that's what you have to evaluate in your life all the time if you want to be successful. But connecting is one of the ones you have to, because he just said about, you know, nobody can do anything by themselves. You can't be successful alone. And so for me, like we did youth ministry like 10, 15 years. Our critical success factor was having a van or a bus. If I didn't have a van or a bus and a driver, I'd have like 10 to 15 kids show up. If I had a van or a bus, I would have 60 plus kids every single Friday night, every single Wednesday night. If somebody would pick them up and take them home, they'd come. It was a good place to come to, but parents didn't see the importance of bringing their kids. So if they had a right, but it was also my biggest headache. The gas, the tires, the oil changes, getting a driver who wanted to drive all these wild kids home. It took like 2 hours to get them there and 2 hours to get everybody home because there were so many kids. But it was a critical success factor, but it was also my biggest headache. But at the same time, people are our biggest critical success factor. They're our biggest headache. And sometimes they're the hardest thing to pull off and whatever. So some of the keys that we're giving you tonight is to help you be more successful in connecting with people, because it's huge. You can't do anything without people.
And like Amanda said, even though they might be a big big headache, you need something from them and they need something from you. We all need each other some way or another, right? One of the things that one of my mentors had told me before is that you need to be willing to learn from even a child. Don't walk around in life acting like you know everything. You need to be willing to learn from even a child because they can teach you something. You know what I mean? I was talking to Andrea the other day and I was saying, you know, that sometimes I get the attitude, and I get it often. I get the attitude when I go to CalFit, I'll see someone who's a little bit fluffy, let's just say, right? And they're wearing that thing that says personal trainer, right? And you guys don't have to raise your hand if you guys thought this way, or if you guys still think this way. But you'll see that the thing that says personal trainer, right? And you'll be like, what can they teach me? Look at them. You guys ever, I'm gonna ask you guys ever think like that?
Yeah.
All right, we're all good, right? Okay. And even though they look like that, and we're thinking, what can they teach me? They can have the one key that we've been desiring, that we've been looking for, that can take us to the next level, whether they look like that or not. So we need to be willing to be able to be open to be taught by even a child. There's times where people recommend books for me to read, and I'm like, I don't really agree with this guy's, whether it's his beliefs or the way he talks, whether he's cussing or whatever, but I can still learn something from him. I can take out the good, I can extract the good from what he's trying to explain, and when I present it to people, I don't have to cuss, you know what I mean? So you guys can learn from people that you probably didn't think you guys can learn from. So even though people might be, you might think that they're the biggest headache, there's something there. There's a reason why God put them in your life, whether it's for you to give them something or for them to give you something. So it's critical to connect. The next one is why connecting is important, because it adds value to us. So,
It adds value to our lives connecting with people. So, like, for example, when we lose somebody we love, doesn't it seem like the world is missing something now? It's not the same. It's more empty. We're missing something. Like, the value of our life has decreased just a little bit because they're not here. And when you lose connection with friends or family and you lose a friendship, even though maybe sometimes it had to be done, you still lost value. Like, when you miss somebody, like, people add value to our lives, and when people happy and excited about life. Only people who are connected to lots of people have this added value to their lives. And I know some of you, just being in phase 3, have connected with people that you can't see your life without them now. That's how much in the last just couple months, these people have added value to your life just by knowing them for a little bit. So you increase, so it adds value to your life. And the next one is, why is it connecting important? Is because you begin to put the puzzle pieces together.
So just real quick, so to add value to life. So one of the things that I declare in my life is wherever I go, I bring value. Whether it's to my job, okay, they want to keep me when it's slow and when it's raining, and they lay people off. I declare and I say in my life, hey, well, they're going to keep me because I bring value. You know what I mean? I'm not a liability to this place. When I walk through these doors, I feel I bring value to the Fit Club. When I speak to someone, I believe I deposit value in people's lives. So that's how you guys need to speak over your guys' lives and just think. I mean, to me, it's not arrogant. I think highly of myself, and we all need to think highly of ourselves because, like we've talked about before, so many times we beat ourselves up. We're like, I'm not worth it. I shouldn't say nothing. This and that, blah blah. Forget all that. We need, from this day forward, you need to speak life. You need to speak value. You need to speak love into your life, and then you'll walk different. You'll talk different. You'll comb your hair different. And you'll pose different. And all that stuff, right? And then the other one, why connecting is important, is because when you connect, you begin to put the puzzle together. So if you guys think about it, we're all like puzzle pieces, right? No one piece is more important than another. But we like to do puzzles during the holidays. Well, the one that I like to do is there's like all different kinds of candies. I don't mean to bring up candies because I know you guys are hungry. But is all the different candies ones. But the puzzle doesn't look complete until that final piece is there, right? And if it's not there, we're looking through all the different boxes to see where it's at, so that we can see the complete picture. And that's how all of our lives are connected to one another, and not just us here, but those who have never even came here. We need to all be connected so that we can see the grand picture that was created for us to enjoy. You guys receive that?
Yeah.
So, next is how do we connect?
You're on a roll.
All right, so how do we connect? We find common ground. Just like the activity, we had to find some type of common ground, right? And here's a word for you guys, an acronym for you guys to remember, and I'll put it on the page, is FORM, right? FORM. So F stands for family, so you guys can find common ground on family, right? You have a family? Yeah, I have family. You have brothers? Yeah, I have brothers, right? Occupation, Martin works construction, Jeff works construction, I think you work construction, I work construction, my dad works construction, so there's occupation, right? You can find connection that way. Recreation, you work out, you work out, you work out, so common ground, right? And the message that you guys are trying to deliver. I don't want to put it, but a message that you guys are trying to deliver.
Like if you're leading a positive life, that's the message you put out in your life. So that's, like we're all, even when sometimes we first come here, we're not all positive, but then we hear somebody else's message and how they're living their life. And then we relate and we connect and we start to change and better ourselves.
So we find common ground by form. So family, occupation, recreation, or message. And the principle is the 101% principle. And it says, find the 1% we agree on and give it 100% of our effort. So when we're in our groups, you guys didn't all connect with one another on I and the Father, right? But maybe two people did. And you just find that one thing that you connect with someone with, and you build upon that, and that's how you build your relationship.
And it shows how simple of things that you could connect with someone. Some of you connected on 5 or 6 things, and some of you only connected on one thing, but you still had that one thing to connect with. So if you want to connect with people, you can if you want to. You just have to be willing to find that. Even if it's just one thing. And then other people, it might be a million things you connect on.
The second way is how we connect is you got to put a 10 on everyone's head. So when I see Francis, when I see Stacy, when I see Freddie, I put a 10 on their head. You want to see that?
Putting a 10 on someone's head, especially during release candidate or when they're coming into Fit Club, you start seeing them as the final product, what they're going to be. So whatever their goal is, you start seeing them and you start talking to them that way, like they're already there. When I was doing youth ministry, Tim Story, I don't know if you guys heard of him, he's like a motivational speaker and life coach to a lot of the movie stars and stuff. He came and spoke to the youth and he was saying that everybody in there he gave the utmost respect to, because out of all those youth in there, he don't know who was going to be the next Kanye West, the next Will Smith. Like, he didn't know who was in there. Just because we didn't see them, how they're going to be, doesn't mean that, that's not who they're going to be still. You just don't know it. But to still, he spoke to everybody. He's like this big famous person and he deals with all the stars, but he treated everybody with the same respect and gave his full attention to them. So putting a 10 on someone's head is like, even sometimes they don't even believe they're going to get where they're going. They set a goal, somebody encouraged them to set a goal or to get on stage and they're not sure, but we're talking to you like you're going to rock that stage and you're like, I am. And you keep talking to them. By the time it gets to November 1st, they're ready to go up there and do it. They're ready to rock the stage, own it, and do it. Speaking to people like they're already the finished product. One of the best things you can do for people is to expect the best of them. It helps others think more highly of themselves. I refer to youth ministry because I did it so long. But in the youth, like a lot of them would come off of gangs or the streets or whatever, or they came from negative families, and I would try to pull out the best that was in them. So that's what I would speak to. That's what I would encourage. Like when we talk to people, you can see their skills, their talents, and what they're good at, and you start drawing that out of them, because then they start increasing. They're not weak in that area, because somebody can have a talent or a gift, but they're weak in it because they haven't worked it out. They haven't exercised it. They weren't sure. Sometimes people talked down to them about that specific thing because they were jealous, because they didn't want that person to excel in that. Not everybody wants the best for everybody. So when they probably were like, no, I don't have it, I can't sing. And you're like, yes, you can. Like, I just heard you. And you start building them up. So you start speaking to the greatness in people, which starts pulling it out of them. They start growing in it. All of you, I totally remember, Shy, I gotta say, Shy, when she was gonna do,
I remember Shy.
when she was gonna do Release Candidate, she was like all upset. She wanted to do it, she was like, I can't do it, and she was like, what? And we were talking to her, and like now, I just seen her motivate and getting heck with people, and I seen her on Facebook doing all this stuff, and I remember when she wasn't where she's at now. That was like a couple months ago. But you start speaking, but we could see it. We're like, no, you gotta do it. No, you doing it. Like, we were just on it. We were just building her up. Not just making her do it, but we were like speaking. I was like, yes, you can. Like, building her up and telling her what we could see. Like, we knew what it did for us. I knew what it was gonna do for her. I was just like, girl, you just gotta do it. And like, it's been this whole transformation with her. And now she's doing that with other people.
So before you go, I just want to say also that when I first started, I was 235, and I came in here, and like Adrian always says, sometimes we have to trust what people see with their eyes, right? So I was in here doing this, and doing my jumping jacks, 150, and I was like, I can't do it. And Mark was like, you can do it. I'm like, okay, I can do it. You know what I mean? And then Adrian was like, you can. She wasn't saying it to me. She was just saying it in general, right? You can do anything for 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, I can do it. You know what I mean? She, just by her encouraging me and the other coaches that were here or are here, speaking life into me, and they probably didn't see that.
Yeah, when I first came, like Adrian and Mark, different people would be yelling out stuff. I swear they were talking just to me. I was like, okay, hurry up. But even though they were just yelling it out, it was like speaking directly to the person I am today. Back then, but it was just so timid and weak and shy and scared. But they were like speaking to that person, even though they were just yelling it out. But then I started to believe it. When they said you can do anything for 10 seconds, I was like, yes, I can, because if not, I'm about to fall right now or whatever. So there was a survey done of 100 self-made millionaires. And they showed one common denominator. These highly successful men and women could only see the good in people. And that's how really you build a good team around you, is when you start seeing the good in people, because then you attract that. You just draw that when you start bringing that out. And it's sowing a seed, because then you get those same type of people around you, building you up and taking you to higher and higher levels. We're never there yet. We're always going to be growing.
Before you say the quote, so I work in a laboratory where we test asphalt, we test aggregate and stuff like that, and we also do mining, or where I used to work, we do mining, right? And when they mine, they got to dig all the way down deep into the earth, and they got to remove the dirt, they got to remove the muck, they got to remove all the good aggregate, right? The 1x4 and the sand. But when they keep digging down, they end up finding the gold. Right? And sometimes it's only little rocks, but those little rocks, those are the nuggets that are worth the most, right? And that's how we need to look at one another's life, right? We need to be able to look past the way she stares at people, or the way, the ugly attitude, or whatever it is, right? And try to love that person beyond that. If a person doesn't want to come beyond it, okay, that's a whole different story. But I'm just saying, we need to expect the best out of people. And I believe that when we have faith and expect the best out of people, we can bring them out of it. But people, at the same time, people have to want it as well.
So this, I liked this quote. I can't say his name is Benjamin Disraeli. He said, "The greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own." And so some of the things you can do that is by appreciating others, encouraging them, and helping them reach their potential. And that's what I think that our goal is. One of our goals is for a Release Candidate is that you start off, it's about you. And it should be, because you got to love yourself first before you can love other people. But by November 1st, it shouldn't be about just you anymore. It should be about you depositing into others, being a multiplier, being a giver, an encourager, and helping other people see the riches that are within them that they don't see for themselves. You develop credibility with people when you connect with them and show that you genuinely want to help them. one thing that sold me when we went to Jeanette and Martin's house that day, it's something so simple, but I felt like they heck wanted it from me after Martin said this. And it encouraged me. I felt like they were on my side and my team. But we had, we were talking and whatever, ordered our products and everything. And Martin was like so excited. He's like, man, I can't wait till you guys get skinny. And I was like, I can't either because I've been trying to get skinny forever by myself. And I couldn't. But when he said it was just a simple thing, but I knew he really meant it for me. I knew that he was excited. Just like when we're encouraging, when you first started Release Canada, I was telling her, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to do the next Release Canada. I was like, so telling her, and she's like, I don't know. Like, she wasn't sure. But I knew what was going to happen, and he knew what was going to happen to me. So you see how it starts? It's about you, and then hopefully by the end, it's not just about you anymore, about you're a caring, giving, loving person. You care about other people. You can't let wrong things that happen to you stop you from being a good person and still giving out. People change, and even if they don't, well, you learned, and you got to still keep helping other people. But people, we've heard that one saying,
People don't care.
they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's as simple as that. I don't like to deal with people who I feel like they have no heart and they don't even care about my situation or whatever it is. Because no heart in it, then I'm just good.
So the last way that we can connect, or one of the last ways, and I'm pretty sure there's multiple, but one of the last ways that we can connect is we need to be a good listener. So whenever someone's coming to us, whether they want to share a victory or a challenge that's happened in their life, we need to be a good listener. We don't, and I know I'm gonna generalize right now. Men, we like to fix things, right? Whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's a broken pipe, or whatever it is, right? So when the wife comes to me and says, what did you say?
The toilet is broken.
The toilet's broke, right? My first instinct is to try to fix it, right? Sometimes when people come to you to talk to you, they don't want to know, fix it. They just want to hear, right? So one way to connect is to be a good listener. So one of the things that I try to discipline myself in is when being a good listener is that if I'm having a conversation with Francis when we're here at Fit Club, right? And we're talking, I'm listening to her, and even though I might not say a word to her, and I'm listening to her, right? And then someone comes along, hey Benny, how's it going? Let's have a lot. I'll probably be rude to you guys because I'm trying to give my full attention to her, right? Because I might know all you guys, I might know all you guys, or heard you guys talk before. Right now, I'm trying to concentrate on her, right? I'm trying to minister to her, or just let her, whatever it is that was built upon her that day, the stress or whatever it is, I'm trying to allow her to throw it all on me so that she can get it out, and then she can go on her merry way and, hop around, this and that, blah, blah. So if you guys see that I'm rude to you guys when I'm conversating with someone, don't take it personal. Just know that at that time, I'm trying to be able to relate to someone. I'm trying to make sure that they see that I'm paying attention, that I'm on my phone checking my fantasy football score. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? So just know that in order to connect, you got to be a good listener.
You got to give your undivided attention, because if we're talking and like if I'm talking to Elsie and she's telling me something and I'm like looking around, but I'm still like, she knows my attention is over here in these people's business. She's like, you might as well forget. She's just gonna be like, forget it, because I know. But she's like, I know you're not listening anyway, because you keep looking over there, or you're messing on your phone like you're not listening. It's just rude, and then that's not being caring. If somebody's coming to talk to you about something, it's because they obviously trust you. They know you're gonna give them the right advice. They know you're a safe person to talk to. Whatever it is, like they want to talk to you. Like, pay attention to them. So this tonight is about connecting with people. So if you want to be able to connect with people and put that out in the universe, and you want to get that back, you got to be a good listener. You got to give people attention and treat every person as if they were the most important person at the time. At that time, they are, because this is your time you're giving to them, and they're giving it to you, and we don't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone.
So in everything, you got to remember to use balance. So even though I'm listening to Francis, she got a time limit. So I'm not going to be there for an hour, you know what I mean, to keep going over the same thing. And if you're not wanting to hear some type of solution, or, I care for you, or a hug, or whatever, so you got to be conscious of people's time as well. So you got to have balance in everything. You can't be out of balance. So, am I right about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Some people will talk your ear off, and that's going overboard. You got boundaries. Just closing real quick is that I just wanted to say that when you start connecting with people, and if by November 1st, it's not just about you and it's about other people, I guarantee you your life will be 100% more fulfilled, happy, blessed than it is when you first started. And I thought mine was. Before this, I was like, I'm happy, I'm good, like, you know, I'm pretty, in all areas of my life, I pretty much had well balanced. But keep going and start caring about other people, and you'll see what I'm saying. If your life, if you think it's good now, it's only going to get greater. And if it started off not that good, it's going to get greater. It's going to keep growing. But if you stay selfish and angry and moody and offensive and have attitude about every single thing, your life isn't going to get better. There's something about, and I always, people would say, like, I did youth ministry all that long. I never got paid for it. I put all my extra money into it, all my extra time into it. They were like, why do you do that? And I was like, because for some reason, giving and helping people is the most rewarding thing to me. Like, I feel better. And if you think about it, when you receive help, you're thankful. But when you're the person to give the help, don't you feel a lot better than the receiver, than when you were receiving it? So just think about that. We have an assignment for you guys, and then we have a special talent from one of our release candidates tonight to close us out.
And then also, one thing. When you guys give of your time, your talent, or your treasure to someone, give and don't expect things back. I mean, you want to expect when you sow things, but don't. When I choose to love her, right? She chooses not to love me. I'm choosing to give, right? And a lot of times you can be let down or hurt, right, by people because you give them, you expect something back. If you're going to give, don't give grudgingly. Don't give expecting, well, it's the first of the month and she should have been paying me this and that, blah, blah. Sometimes you just got to count your losses and just...
And there's just some relationships that you can't expect nothing back. You just have to be the giver. You set boundaries, obviously, but just saying, there's some relationships, you just got to be the giver and and be okay with that, though. If you're not okay with that, you'll be unhappy again. We're trying to help you, be happier.
But tonight, you guys are going to be okay with that because that's what the release candidate is about. It's about giving back to other people, right? You guys, things are being sown into your guys' lives. And after November 1st, or even starting today, you guys are going to, in turn, give back to someone else, right? Whether it's your knowledge or whatever it is, you guys are going to give back.
So homework assignment.
Oh, homework assignment. So, the homework assignment for this week needs to be done by Friday. Okay, and this is what I'm not gonna do, all right? I'm gonna trust that you guys are gonna do it. I'm not gonna write everyone's name on the board and say, Martin didn't do it, Suki didn't do it, right? If you do it, it's gonna fulfill your life. If you don't do it, then it's a blessing that you guys are gonna miss out. So, let's just say it that way, right? This week, I want you guys to connect with someone, whether it's on your job, whether it's someone...
Just basically outside of Fit Club, outside of Release Candidate, and then post your experience, how you connected with someone. So it could be big or little things, just how you connected with somebody outside of Release Candidate and outside of Sacktown Fit Club. It could even be family that you don't always see all the time.
One of the things that I did, or I do sometimes, is I'll be at Walmart, right? And the cashier, I'll see his little name tag, right? And I could be ringing me, he's zoned out and is doing his ding, 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 right? And I'm like, hey, what's up, Nicholas? And he'll just look at me like, how do you know my name, right? That's what I did the other day. The guy, he was a young kid, he was wearing a nice collar, blue shirt, long sleeve. And I say, that's a nice shirt. Oh, thank you, what's that? I said, is that brand new? Yeah. And it didn't go any further than that, but just giving someone a compliment and me making a connection that way. So maybe that might have made his day, maybe it didn't, maybe he didn't even think twice about it, or whatever it is. But I tried to connect in some simple type of way. And that's what I want you guys to try to do this week.
Yeah.
Is try to connect with someone somehow, some way.
And then post about it and share it so that we can share in that. But it might encourage somebody on your page. And sometimes, like, I don't say their names like him, but I always am prompted all the time to compliment people. And sometimes I'm like, I ain't saying that. Because I feel like a dork. I'm always all day long complimenting people. But then it's so heavy on my heart. I'm like, no, oh, I need to say this. Like, I need to encourage them. I need to brighten their day, or like, I need to do this or whatever. But I noticed though, they always smile, and like he says, they're shocked, they're smiled, they're like, wow, you know, we think, and I think because like we're here at Sacktown Fit Club, we're used to the love. Not everybody's here, and they're not used to that love. So do you want to introduce our